good to see him start on the right foot here in this game.
Thetford in the traditional Thetford colors of black and the Thetford Mines gold, I like to call it. Finish from Theo Monde. Thetford lost 2 of their top players for NPA games due to academic reasons, holding their student athletes to the highest possible standard, which is much appreciated. Javardo Mitchell, one of the second semester transfers for GTA Prep with 2.
Yeah. And those absences from Thetford really seemed to hurt them in the Montreal session. They looked like they were still trying to figure out their roles and kind of who would be responsible for what. So we'll see now that with a bit more practice time, we'll see if they look more like a unit and have a better understanding of the order within the play.
Shout out, although they're not going to hear it, Damien Gay and Rosse Netherwood School currently on the road from Montreal to Ottawa in a small window of snow-free time. Again, the sacrifice and fight that is needed to take part in a national prep high school league is second to none. And we appreciate everything that our teams do to deliver.
Yep. And it definitely doesn't help that we happen to have these sessions when there's the biggest storms of the year.
Well, we've already talked, and Elias came up with the idea that we could change this to the AAU season. I don't know if it's going to work, considering this is an academic high school league.
No.
But I'm willing to try to not have this happen in the wintertime, because you're right, in our Montreal session, 35 centimeters dumped on that city. Had to drive through to get that, and I believe our SUV is still underneath snow on a side street downtown Montreal. Hopefully Hertz Rent-A-Car isn't looking for that one anymore. And then obviously this monster of a storm that's coming through right now, right in the middle of everything. But looks like we'll be good to go for our first couple of games tomorrow at least. Nice move, Joris Michael John. When you talk about academic scholars, he's one of the best in this league. That's the charge. Look at this sportsmanship. Kitio picking up his opponent. And obviously when the ball goes up, Mickey, it's full level competition. But I feel it every time, especially a session like this where we bring everybody together, I really feel the unity that everybody has to make this league work.
Yeah, and as you kind of touched on a bit earlier, it takes a lot to run a national league, and I think each of the teams here are aware of that as well. So you'll see that camaraderie, although it tends to not get in the way of the competitiveness of the games, which is really what you hope to see.
Michael John, that was a clean defensive play there by Ricky Biavanga.
Yeah, but I do like the aggressiveness of Michael John here early, looking for a shot. I know he's someone that you expect big things from yourself, Jason, so good to see him kind of starting off, looking for his shot and trying to make things happen.
Yeah, Michael John has really been up against it this season. I mean, last year at the GTA Prep squad, he really came into his own playing behind a bunch of, players that play very well at the next level. The whole starting 5 graduated on, and stepping in this year, you expected big things from them. But I mean, this GTA Prep squad in their rebuilding year have really struggled, and Michael John has not been able to find himself, but looked at to be one of the leaders for this team.
Yeah, you never know how someone is going to respond when put into a different role. Sometimes those responsibilities take a bit of an adjustment period. So we'll see if he continues to improve like he seems to have so far.
Nice finish, Nathan Virgin. Lost it on his way in. It's going to go the way of GTA Prep. Theo Monde lost it. Jeremiah Ifshe inbounding. Officials just going to get together on the shot clock, try to get it correct. Monde is pure from range. Very interested in this Thetford squad with some changes for this second semester. How they get together. They definitely struggled in the Montreal session, but definitely have an extra few weeks of practice under their belt.
Yeah, for sure. And Monde was one of the few guys on the Thetford roster that looked comfortable in Montreal and was happy to fill the scoring void that was left. So I expect another strong session from here in Ottawa.
Yeah, foul on another one of the mainstays who's been strong for Thetford this year, Pierre-Gabriel Gouffon.
And Javardo Mitchell for GTA Prep, really providing them a new type of weapon that was missing from that roster before. He is 5 inches taller than anyone else on that squad at 6'9", and in a league with as many big bodies and athletes as the NPA, you know, that's really a game changer in terms of how they'll do defensively and in putting pressure on the rim on the offensive end.
That's really where we are as a country. You know, we're a guard-heavy country. I mean, even look at it when you're talking about the wings. You know, that's why there's been so much pressure on an Andrew Wiggins to play for the Canadian national team. There's just not a lot of size in positions 3 through 5 in this country. It's something that is starting to change just with genetics in Canada. That's why the U.S. has been so much further ahead. But I think we are now seeing the change, and the change is a lot of the size in Canada is going to come from outside of Canada coming to this country to play this sport.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that previously guys that were the size of forwards were stuck playing big man roles in Canada, but now we're starting to see them work on their guard skills early so that they're ready to play the right position when they get to the next level.
And it's funny, it's, you know, there's 2 ways to look at it of, you know, well, we're having these international players come in to play at a Canadian league, you know, maybe taking position or minutes away from Canadian players, but the way that we really have to flip the script on it is our Canadian bigs getting to play against international bigs are going to make them better, and it's also going to make our guards better, because our guards, when they get to the next level, are going to have to play against guys of this size.
Yeah, definitely. If you have the opportunity to inject talent, it only improves the game of everybody that's involved, as they're faced with bigger challenges, even if they're matched up against them.
Edris Moallen lost it. He's going to need some help, and he gets it in the way of Darren Clark, who is very, very strong player.
Yeah, Darren Clark's someone who's been finding himself a bit this season, put into a bigger role than he usually plays, as really the main guy for GTA Prep on offense. And he's been growing and looking more comfortable in that position and in that role as the season has progressed.
We are tied at 10 at the midway point of the first quarter. 2 very evenly matched squads here.
Yeah, both teams really looking to start the session on the right foot. Pretty tightly contested first quarter this far.
Big rebound by Mitchell. Love watching this young big play and sprint the floor. Runs very well. Kick ball.
Yep. And if that was any other guy on GTA Prep, chances are that's an offensive rebound there for Thetford. So already seeing the impact that someone like Javardo Mitchell can play just by his sheer size and athleticism alone.
Definitely have more size in the NPA this season. It's interesting the different things from a scouting standpoint, what you look at, because there's so much later to develop, and the little things you have to look at, like the way that they run, you know, where the knees are pointed as they run.
Exactly. When you're that size and this young, it takes you a bit of a while to get used to your body. So you kind of have to take that into consideration as a scout, in addition to the skill development and other components of a prospect.
Monde D'd up, by Doral Medminster, a 3-and-D guy for this GTA Prep squad. Another nice shot. Théo Mondé out of Tremblay, France.
Mondé so speedy with the ball. Defenders tend to give him a lot of space, and he's been working on that pull-up shot, adding another weapon to his game from 3.
Mo Allen, big offensive rebound. That was Noah Rubinoff, and then the downtown hit by Rubinoff, one of the leading three-point shooters in the NPA.
GTA Prep's offense really revolves around space and pace. They really like to push it in transition and launch threes whenever they get a window, so probably the first of many to come for Rubinoff here today.
Oh, very nice body control on the finish. You can count it for Ifjay. He'll get to the line looking for the three-point play.
Yeah, impressive finish there. Was not knocked off balance by that contact. Really able to readjust and get a clean look for the and one.
I know we're not even through 5 quarters, but good game so far here. But I think that's one of those things, too, when you're talking about having to kind of battle through the weather that affects scheduling and stuff. Is like, you know, players aren't sitting through a 6-hour snowy drive to come and not compete. They're going to come and lay it all on the floor.
Yeah, sometimes you worry that they might come out a bit sluggish, which could happen on the other end of that, but at least in both games so far, it seems like the teams that traveled came out with a bang.
And hey, when you're playing the first couple of games of a session, especially a 23-game session, you are setting the bar. And Dynasty and CTA did just that in game number 1. And CTA came out on top with a 14-point win. Three in the key called. Calling out the players, Doral Bedminster. GTA Prep still looking for their first win on the NPA season. Definitely look like a more together squad from downtown. No good Vegas Evans, one of the many sharpshooters from range on this GTA Prep squad. I think that was a good strip. Again, you're making it really easy on the refs to be able to blow that whistle when you follow through.
Yeah, they on plays like that, they tend to never give the benefit of the doubt to the defender, just because it's not really a fundamentally sound play and definitely a gamble.
And we've said, you know, time and time again, and talking to the officials across this country, I consistently say this is going to be the hardest level to officiate, because you have U Sports level athleticism, but high school level basketball IQ, and a lot of the times when it comes to the technical play. A lot of travel calls, a lot of negative steps on the sidelines. It's a lot to have your eyes on.
Yeah, and as a referee, you know, the game flow is important, as is calling the game the right way.
Yes.
So tough thing to balance at times, as you said, at this kind of level.
Because really, the officials are, as a tip in there from it, Lusheshe, the officials really have a hand in the progression of the sport in this country in making these players better. Corner hit, you can count it. Mark Poner, one of the second semester additions.
Making a good impression so far, adding to the roster of three-point shooters that GTA Prep has.
Gouffron. Ooh. That's an ankle turn down low. Whistle to attend to the twisted ankle. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back.
Seasons. Almost 300 games.
Oh, Jacoby Neath!
Thousands of kilometers over 8 provinces.
He tried to send that one to Banff.
Making Canadian basketball history.
History has been made.
Nearly 100 alumni are now playing at the post-secondary level. Some will see their dreams come true. And all of our former players will forever be part of the NPA family.
Oh, killing time. Alan Spoon Hunters cooking up a show. Jordan Prasad putting the NPA on notice.
Now, new names will emerge.
Setting the NPA on fire.
With the same
high school in Ottawa, Ontario is the location for our NPA Ottawa session. Jason Tom here alongside Mikias Mikri.
Hey, Jerry, Pompidou,
1:37 to go here in the first quarter as the Quebecois continues to ring through the gyms here. Both of our Quebec teams here in action on Friday. Mitchell with the block, but GTA Prep steps out of bounds.
And I know it's early, but on the defensive end, we're seeing a much better effort by GTA Prep so far. And I do think that the presence of Javardo Mitchell does play a big piece in that. He's making life a lot tougher for the offense around the rim, being able to contest most shots and make the perimeter defenders feel a bit more comfortable putting pressure since they know they'll have help inside.
Haven't missed anything here, still 19-16 for Thetford. Mitchell with another block, but the foul was called, I think, before the shot attempt on Thetford. Yeah, Usheshe called for the foul, number 6 in the black and gold.
Avance, Bergam. Jerry, viens, puis recule. Avance, Bergam, Jerry, reste là. C'est à gauche, Bergam. Dirige tes gars.
Thetford showing a little bit of pressure here. Poner, no good. Into the awaiting lap of head coach Tony House, who's over there having a nap, enjoying the first win in his murderer's row of a 5-game session here for CTA.
Yep. A bit of a double duty for Tony, not only coaching, but doing his part to make sure we have a smooth 23-game session here. So definitely a busy 5 days ahead for Mr. House.
As a smart man once said, control the controllables.
All you can do.
In the bonus right now, or sorry, in the penalty right now is GTA Prep. Shot clock issue there, so they're gonna get GTA Prep the rock. 15 on the shot clock now. Evans, who I think grows an inch or two every time we see him.
Yeah, he definitely looks bigger than when I saw him last in Calgary.
And another downtown hit. Noah Rubinoff with the money ball.
Rubinoff among the league leaders in three-point shooting, both volume and percentage, and doing his thing so far in the first quarter.
Thetford coming out with a lot of the 50-50 balls, which are oh so important. They push the lead back up to 3, under 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter of game number 2, our final game of the day. Poner, no good. Thetford should have headmanned that ball. Almost lost it. Shot clock is off. Pierre Gabriel Gouffron, one of those, no. Okay, we'll take it. 2 seconds to go, gotta shoot it. Out of bounds. 2. Gotta shoot it. .2 on the clock. They cannot get it off.
Yep. Yep. With .2 on the clock, you're not it has been deemed scientifically impossible to get a shot off in that time. Tip-ins only.
25-19 after the first. That's what we
Those
got.
that came before them, and to them we say, next man up. 3 seasons. Almost 300 games.
Oh, Jacoby Neath!
Thousands of kilometers over 8 provinces,
He tried to send that one to Banff.
making Canadian basketball history.
History has been made.
Nearly 100 alumni are now playing at the post-secondary level. Some will see their dreams come true. And all of our former players will forever be part of the NPA family.
Oh, killing time. Allen Spoon Hunters cooking up a show. Jordan Prasad putting the NPA on notice.
Now, new names will emerge
Setting the NPA on fire.
with the same passion of those that came before them. And to them we say, next man up. 3 seasons. Almost 300 games.
Oh, Jacoby Neath!
Thousands of kilometers over 8 provinces,
He tried to send that one to Banff.
making Canadian basketball history.
History has been made.
Nearly 100 alumni are now playing at the post-secondary level. Some will see their dreams come true. And all of our former players will forever be part of the NPA family.
Oh, killing time. Allen Spoon Hunters cooking up a show. Jordan Prasad putting the NPA on notice.
Now, new names will emerge
Setting the NPA on fire.
with the same passion of those that came before them. And to them we say, next man up. 3 seasons.
At NPA Canada. A reminder, all the live streams will be uploaded onto npacanada.com right below the box scores for all the games. All of our stats leaders can also be found there, and our standings schedule, including the schedule for the upcoming NPA Nationals at the end of March at Humber North Campus. Planning is well underway for Nationals, which I think is going to be quite a show. And I think it's amazing to have all 12 teams together just 4.5 weeks out. This is a very nice preview.
Yeah, it's one thing to watch a team over a stream or in a film study, but to be in the gym to watch them play or to even play against them really intensifies the atmosphere.
It's not an easy skill to have, being able to perform a shot clock or score clock under pressure. Seems like a small thing.
It's not even there.
9 seconds off. 24 minus 9. 24 minus 9.
Oh yeah, backcourt steps on the midcourt line.
missed the first one. C'est qu'il faut que tu regardes son défenseur. Regarde, après ton écran, roule.
Up top, Monde tried the skip pass, but GTA Prep had that scouted. Great transition game, Michael John with 2.
I don't think the ball hit the floor on that whole possession. Just 5 passes, bang, bang, bang. Easy layup for GTA Prep.
You can tell GTA Prep has been working on their game plan. We're tied at 25. We'll be back after a short break.
3 seasons. Almost 300 games.
Oh, Jacobini!
Thousands of kilometers over 8 provinces.
He tried to send that one to Banff.
Making Canadian basketball history.
History has been made.
Nearly 100 alumni are now playing at the post-secondary level. Some will see their dreams come true. And all of our former players will forever be part of the NPA family.
Oh, killing time. Alan Spoon Hunters cooking up a show. Jordan Prasad putting the NPA on notice.
Now, new names will emerge.
Setting the NPA on fire.
With the same passion of those that came before them. And to them we say, next man up. 3 seasons. Almost 300 games.
Oh, Jacobini!
Thousands of kilometers over 8 provinces.
He tried to send that one to Banff.
Making Canadian basketball history.
History has been made.
Nearly 100 alumni are now playing at the post-secondary level. Some will see their dreams come true. And all of our former players will forever be part of the NPA.
We're back live in Ottawa. Score table working through a few things right here. Tied at 25. I think just over 2 minutes gone in the second quarter.
GTA going into a press on defense, trying to pick up the pace a little bit of the game.
Ooh, almost a steal. Musheshe turns it into 2. As Urban Loic Gajo Kitio checks in for Ifshe. We could go with Erwin Kitio for short, but I try to represent the entire family name when possible.
No, for sure. That's his name, and if that's what he goes by, so you got to do it.
Well, Allen, second generation NPA member. Okay, maybe not second generation, it was his brother, but generation I think would have to be a son, but you know.
At a league our age, I think we can count siblings as generations here.
Season 4 of the National Preparatory Association. Gouffron, no good. GTA Prep stuck 2 right now. No good from range. Ooh. Clark came down hard. I think he looks okay. I can't tell you how many times Clark can't beat the shot clock Thetford comes out with. It did not have control, so they'll whistle it. Can't tell you how many times I've seen a player hit his head on the floor, but depending on his hairstyle, it actually stops an injury.
I do think that Darren Clark would be feeling that one a little bit more if he didn't rock the hairstyle that he's got right now. I agree with that.
AJ Lawson comes to mind. I remember him in the U18 FIBA Americas in St. Catharines. Held onto the rim on the two-hander, hit his head. But because of AJ's hairstyle, it was not as bad as it could have been. He did miss a game in that tournament due to concussion, due to concussion protocol, but didn't actually have a concussion. I think it's 100% because of the hairstyle.
Yeah, always better to err on the side of caution, but when you got that kind of cushion on you, it helps with the recovery a bit.
Active hands by Mitchell. Oh, just gave it right back though, and got away with a foul there. Nice drop off. I like the no call in the pass and crash.
Yeah, once the ball is out of his hands, the play's kind of moved on. So although that could technically be called a charge, I do like the no call as well.
If Edge head coach Adam Huffman heard us say that, he would be cursing us.
29? 29?
Good hustle by Thetford.
Yes. You gotta follow the game. We have 29. Sir, we have 29.
Moalen.
Coach David Cooper of GTA giving his team credit for the passing, and I definitely agree with him. This whole quarter, the ball has not been sticking into players' hands, really just looking to make a move with it, whether attacking or passing, as soon as they catch it, and it's leading to a pretty functional looking offense so far.
Sir,
This GTA press defense really giving Thetford some problems. A couple turnovers in the backcourt since they put it in after the last timeout.
Musheche. Running off the screen to the baseline. Foul called. He will shoot two.
Yeah, Musheche looking much more aggressive in this game so far than he did in Montreal a few weeks ago. Understanding that there is a void to fill on the offensive end and stepping into it pretty well so far today.
Free throw no good. 30-27 for Thetford. Up 3. Shot clock violation. GTA Prep getting after it defensively.
Another strong possession on the end for GTA Prep. Putting pressure on the ball for Thetford and not giving them an opportunity to penetrate.
Mitchell no good.
Another great pass there on the GTA Prep side, this time from Mo Allen, setting up Mitchell for the opportunity to earn 2 at the line.
Mitchell hits the first. Nice take and finish by Musheshe.
Great finish by Musheshe over the long contesting arm of Mitchell there.
Ooh, I like that finish from Michael John.
Michael John more known for his 3-point shot, but nice job taking some contact on that finishing side. And a nice block there by Michael John on the other end. Nice two-way effort by him in this first half.
No good in transition. Rubinoff, known for his outside game, can't finish in the paint. 3:24 to go. Tight game here. Checking back in for Thetford is Theo Monde.
So far, it really feels like Monde is the engine of the offense for Thetford. Things really bogged down since he subbed out earlier this half.
Called that on Rubinoff on the push.
Rubinoff and Coach David Cooper both looking in disbelief right now as that one puts them into the penalty, sends Thetford to the line.
Michael John splits the defenders. Nice bounce pass, Javardo Mitchell. Welcome to the NPA for the big man for GTA Prep. That was not a strong move after picking up the dribble. GTA Prep kind of learning on the go and trying to help each other out. Monday getting some happy hands there. 34-32, Thetford with a slim lead in a back and forth game number 2. Another backcourt violation there.
A couple careless turnovers in back-to-back possessions by GTA Prep. Just some soft passing that's over the pressure, just not really resulting in much.
GTA Prep showing us some glimpses here in the first half in how far they have come in a rebuilding and reloading season.
This definitely might be one of their better halves of the season so far. Despite being stuck 2 points still, their offense has looked fluid. They're getting clean looks and they're putting pressure on the other end on defense. So chances are this should turn into production as the game progresses.
Michael John. Good defense from Kitio. Strong move, can't finish. Thetford getting to work on the glass. Musheshe is good on the cleanup crew. Look at Mitchell skying for the rebound, but just didn't go up strong enough. Back rims the bunny.
Seemed to rush that shot attempt off the rebound, but it just shows that element that he brings with that athletic move to grab that offensive board.
36-32, Cégep de Thetford. The 4-point lead here. Second quarter with 1:15 to go. Jason Tom here alongside Mickey Smikri. Large improvement over top of Elias Sabate. Don't tell him I said that.
Chances are he's tuning in on this right now.
All right, well, I was just joking, Elias. Isaiah Morant checking in.
You guys got to be waiting on table, okay? Make sure they're waiting at the table.
Biavanga checking in for Sufiani. Michael John strong on the dribble. Gets it back. Head fake. Just did not go up confidently with that shot.
Yeah, way too hesitant when he caught it. He had good momentum that he could have kept going. Instead, froze and put up a pretty soft take.
Wing three. Foul called on Poner, I believe.
That was a great defensive possession there for GTA Prep until that foul now leads to 3 Thetford free throws.
Say that 3 times fast. Not quite there yet, eh? Maybe by
I don't even know if I could say it one more time.
Maybe by Sunday. Tight game here. Thetford starting to put a little bit of separation between themselves and GTA Prep, who have gotten pretty cold on the offensive end outside of that big jam by Mitchell.
Yeah, when you run an offense that really circles around threes, very high variance game. When you're cold, but when you're hot, you can close a gap in a hurry.
Believe that would be the taking steps before the ball hits the floor travel call.
I think that might have been a double dribble.
Oh, tell me more, Scout.
I saw, although I don't necessarily agree with the call,
Okay,
I did see the ref signal a double dribble there.
Gotcha.
I thought he was just regathering possession.
Rubinoff called for the foul.
Yeah, and these, although the pressure has been great for GTA Prep on defense, these fouls are really starting to add up. Thetford got themselves into the bonus early and has really been making a living at the free throw line for much of the second quarter.
Diomande hits the first, pushing the lead up to 9. Cheche and Destin checking back in for Thetford. As does Soufiane. I think a little defense for offense here to end the first half with Thetford up 10. Sorry, offense for defense, I guess would be. Poner, not shy, no good. Thetford will have a chance at the final shot. Coaching staff calling it out. Biavanga. Sink on the clock. Threw a little French out there, Mikias. 10-point lead for Cégep de Thetford at halftime. Stay with us after a 10-minute break. We'll be back.
The North Pole Hoops Blueprint is a multi-layered system for Canadian basketball talent to maximize their potential from grade 5 all the way to the NBA. MPH works in partnership with the community, including the national provincial governing bodies, as well as club programs to maximize scholarship opportunities. The MPH Showcase Circuit is your opportunity to learn the blueprint while joining the MPH family. Starting with our foundation, that is the Junior MPH Showcase Circuit. This level caters to elementary school student athletes in graduation to the high school tier. As a camper, you will have the opportunity to enter the NPH national rankings, where player profiles are created acting as an online resume. This database is directly connected to a network of over 150 prep and post-secondary programs. By attending our camps, you will maximize on scholarship opportunities, perform in front of national scouts, and get a chance to learn from elite NBA skill trainer David Tyndale. Entering the showcase environment provides every camper an opportunity to measure their talent against elite prospects within the region. Top performers raise their stock and begin their recruitment process with exposure opportunities through national rankings, player mixtapes, and connecting families directly to college and university coaches. Regardless of age, gender, or talent level, developing professionalism and positive habits are vital for the success of all campers in life and in basketball. The blueprint tackles academic eligibility, self-reflection, assessment, goal setting, and brand management, all aspects necessary to become a professional on and off the court. The NPH Showcase Circuit takes place from April to December in a player-focused environment, while the Canadian National Invitational Tournament in July brings a team-focused evaluation platform. The CNIT brings 100-plus top-tier clubs from around the world to compete for the national crown. Student athletes continue their journey to the next level as North Pole Hoops invites the network of prep and post-secondary programs to evaluate talent live and direct. As the summer comes to a close, high school season remains a lasting component to a student athlete's pathway. Players who thrive in high school are recruited by prep programs to continue pursuing the next level in a competitive environment. At this stage, North Pole Hoops has identified Canada's top prospects from coast to coast, placing them at programs within the National Preparatory Association. Founded in 2016, this league is quickly emerging as a global destination for the world's elite basketball prospects. Utilizing the exposure arm of North Pole Hoops, comprised of digital marketing, live broadcast, and scouting, MPH acts as a media and marketing partner for the NPA to maximize exposure for our student athletes, helping them gain scholarship opportunities, our ultimate measure of success. Climb the ladder to the next level by joining the North Pole Hoops family and enter the blueprint.
Who will be crowned national champion?
And Jacoby's going to try to measure this one up, looking for a made-to-measure suit.
Fourth quarter of action is brought to you by Indochino, where right now, using promo code HOOPS, you can get a custom-made, made-to-measure suit at a number of our coaches get fitted up, 10 showrooms across Canada, 6 of them where we have teams in the NPA, match made in heaven, Indochino and the NPA.
Indochino, the national sponsor of the NPA. We are excited to have you as a sponsor. We're excited for what you're doing and what your brand brings to our league. The prestige of your brand, the prestige of our league from coast to coast.
The guys at Indochino were amazing when I got fitted. I can't thank you guys enough.
Indochino making me look good, that's all I gotta say. It's not always an easy task.
Very grateful that you guys are taking care of me and having me look a little bit better.
I really thank you for putting the time in and believing in what we're doing with young men and just, again, establishing ourselves in not only the basketball community, but the community that we live in.
Thank you, Indochino.
He has this like ferociousness to his game, this wanting to take the opponent's heart out. That, you know, it sounds really vulgar, but that's what it is. Like, that's what the elite guys, they compete in that sense. And I think that's what Addison has. It's that killer instinct that sets him apart.
My name's Addy Patterson, the #1 player in the country. Ever since I was a little kid, I was always putting work in. I always had a goal, I always had a dream. Spending countless hours in the gym. If I couldn't get in the gym, I was outside hooping on the outside courts, doing whatever I could just to make it out. And
Sure. Let's come back, Tristan. The fact that we have had both games start relatively on time with a monster of a storm outside, and it seems like our teams for the earlier games tomorrow all en route or here. Feeling good about things. Still quite a night ahead of us when it comes to this weather, but we will see what tomorrow holds. But as of right now, we have a 10-point lead for Cégep de Thetford out of Thetford Mines, Quebec, over top of GTA Prep out of Brampton, Ontario. GTA Prep has shown some glimpses, though, in this first half. I expect them to come out with some halftime adjustments that could help them here, Macias.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty solid quarter for GTA Prep. This was a one-possession game for much of that first half until they got into foul trouble at the end of the second quarter, and Thetford really made them pay, taking a ton of free throws down the stretch there. But as I kind of touched on before halftime, GTA Prep has a very high-variance offense. They rely on the three ball, and when it's not dropping, you've got to try and find other ways to manufacture offense. They weren't able to do that so far, but still another half to go, and they might catch fire from distance.
You can tell that Javardo Mitchell is still very much a work in progress. Very active on the glass, but just does not have the touch around the rim as of yet.
Yeah, and I think it's really just a matter of him rushing a shot on that possession, just like he did in the first half in a similar play. Got the rebound, didn't realize how open he was, and just flung it up towards the rim.
Ucheche reverses it. Back rim, no good from Gouffron. Mitchell, cross court, Moallen, Michael John, bounce pass. Moallen is cut off. Darren Clark back to Michael John. Good team defense by Thetford here. Mitchell misses it in close. He's getting a little bit frustrated as Mitchell.
Yeah, he's got to be a bit stronger in there on those kind of takes. He's just getting knocked off balance way too easily.
Yeah, Gouffron, you knew he was going to hit that. He did not like that Mitchell pulled him. Yeah. Gouffron did not like the no call after the three, said something to the official, and the official teed him up for it. And it's funny, as he pulled up for that three, I said you knew he was going to hit it because he was so upset at the no call. Everything was fine, but he didn't have to then say something to the official about the missed call.
Yeah, that's a situation where you just let the game do the talking for you. And
yes, you just proved the official wrong. Said, okay, you're not going to give me a foul call. I'll hit the three. But it's the extra chat that didn't have to happen. And I think that's what the coaching staff is saying to him right now.
Yeah, and I do like that the coaching staff is putting the responsibility there on Gouffron and not the referee there, as Gouffron did put himself in a bad position to get that tech.
Leads at 13. Moallen, no good on the drive. Sufiani loses it. Man, Javardo Mitchell is like a giraffe out there, and I mean that in the awkward, in the lane way. But Michael John gets it to go. He'll go to the line looking for the three-point play. Mitchell, you could see, just still getting used to his body. Has the limbs kind of flinging around on so many plays.
Yeah, he's a guy that you hope will put a lot of time in over the summer on kind of refining and fine-tuning his body control and mechanics, as well as his skill and touch, as he's got a good foundation there as a prospect, but there is still quite a ways to go to prepare him for the next level.
Sheshe reverses it back. No good is Ifshe. Musheshe. Yeah, airs it out. Shot clock violation. GTA Prep will get it back.
Good physical defense there by GTA Prep. Although they are a bit outsized at most positions, staying tough and not giving up an inch.
Ils ont deux. Bobby, sur la balle, Bobby. Filo
Thetford being kept on the perimeter with just 4 left on the shot clock. 1, no one counting it out. No one counting out the shot clock winding down.
Yeah, defense really, or his teammates rather, really letting him down there, putting him in a position where they're not letting him know how much time he has left on the clock.
In the last game, when Elias and I were on the call, we were speaking about how communicative Dynasty was on their bench in every different way.
Yeah, and that's something I noticed sitting near their bench. The coaching staff puts a major emphasis on that. When the bench gets quiet, he tells them to get involved, and they respond accordingly.
Javardo Mitchell looked very comfortable with that 2-dribble pull-up 3.
I mean, given how awkward some other components of his game looked, I didn't expect as smooth of a release there from distance.
Biavanga. Musheshe. Called on the offensive foul on the off-arm hook around.
Good job there by the GTA Prep defense again, holding their ground, although they are outsized a bit, not letting themselves get pushed around.
Entry pass, foul called on Ifshe, number 10 for Thetford. The art of the entry pass, Mikias.
Forgotten art, I think you'd agree with me there, Jason. And although the post-up is not as prominent in today's game as it was before, it still is an important pass to have, especially when you've got someone with a big size advantage down low.
Nice move by Darren Clark. That is not a name we have said nearly enough in this game.
Yeah, he spent a lot more time than expected on the bench so far, but even his minutes on the court have been pretty quiet. He was a guy who I expected to come in and make a statement, and that hasn't been the case in this game so far.
Ooh, good reach by Bedminster. GTA Prep is forcing some late shot clock shots. That is a travel. Kind of glad that shot wasn't made. I think that was went on call. But yeah, I mean, GTA Prep consistently has forced late shot clock attempts.
Their defense is keeping them in this game so far, still just down 8 points, and that's not something we could have said earlier in the season, with their defense definitely being a bit of a weak spot for them prior to this game.
.521 to go here. It's an 8-point lead for Thetford.
Sorry, whoa. We're done, fellas. Him, not you. Him.
At the line, Musheshe.
Stop. Okay? Warning. Team warning on black. Team warning on black.
Mitchell at the line, warning onto the bench. And then he called a tech on the bench. And again, assistant coach
word the whole game.
cannot address the officials. No good from Mitchell.
Parle comme ça, t'es des enfants de 5 ans.
Mitchell splits 2, gets a third. Opportunity here to cut the lead to 6. One of 3. Moalen comes down with it.
I don't know how he ended up with that loose ball there, but that hustle earned them an extra 2 points.
I think that was a perfect example. And there's Kitio. Nice basket and bump. A lot of things going on there. A lot of times when you see the coaching staff really get transfixed on the officials, you find the players will follow suit sometimes, either by complaining or by falling asleep at other things because they're so focused on the conversation that's happening. And then the other thing you see sometimes is when you pick up a tech from the bench, sometimes the whistle goes your way the next play.
Yeah, sometimes sacrificing that 1 point that you allow for that tech could pay dividends down the line if it has the right kind of impact.
No good from range. Mitchell brings it down. Back up top to Michael John. Moalen gets it again. His brother Hafith at UBC Okanagan. Former GTA prep player, and that was Darren Clark. Getting it to go, cutting the lead to 6. Mitchell got a piece, but it was good. Delay game for touching the ball after the made hoop. You know what that often is? That's the sign of a team that practices a lot. And I've said consistently, the way to get around that as a coaching staff, if you touch the ball after a made basket in practice, you either run sprints, you do push-ups, whatever it is.
Yeah, and it's something you don't want to have a habit, having that delay of gameplay right there.
It becomes second nature, right?
And as you say, it's not something you really become aware of unless you're playing in a refereed environment often enough to see it happen.
Foul on the floor, I believe, on Nicholas Pelicano. Or Pelicano, possibly. I think I made him Italian. He's not Italian. Anyways, moving on.
Jared, sur la balle, t'es au temps 1, on a ISO 2. On a ISO 2.
Michael John hits them both 50-44. Thetford maintaining their lead, but GTA Prep right on the doorstep.
Yeah, they've been hanging around all game. I think Thetford has pretty much led top to bottom, but GTA Prep has not been out of this game at any point.
And a team that stays in striking distance, who can hit from downtown like GTA Prep, they're always dangerous.
Yeah, if they were hitting the 3 at their normal rate, they'd probably be up in this game right now.
Michael John with the block. That's, I have to say, GTA Prep, when they look back on this tape, they're going to be able to hang their hats on their defensive stands.
Yeah, from tip-off, they've really done a good job of applying pressure on the ball and moving as a unit in their zone. Even with their new player, Javardo Mitchell, joining the rotation, they're still really doing a good job of staying in sync on the defensive end.
Malachi Virtue, another guy we haven't seen an awful lot of today.
Yeah, and he's someone who had himself a pretty good Calgary session, so surprised to see him on the bench until now, but let's see what kind of impact he can make now that he has some minutes.
That was a nice in-rhythm 3. No good, and I think they're going to call the foul, down low on Kitio.
And instant impact there by Malachi Virtue. First offensive possession of the game, drawing a foul while he crashed for the O boards.
Virtue hits the first. Blitz a pair, which has been a theme of this game.
I guess, are you a glass half full or glass half empty guy on that?
I'm a hit your free throws guy. Ooh. Fell to the floor and took a shoulder to the face, but still dropped it off, leading to 2. GTA Prep's also done a good job of beating this press. Although Moalen just gives it away, but they get it right back. Oh, shiny dime, but no finish. GTA Prep in the penalty right now. Sorry. Had my fouls mixed up there. It is Thetford that's in the penalty.
Yeah, that would have been a pretty costly foul there, as that was seemed like a bit of a frustration foul there by Michael John, and not hurting them too much with it being a inbound play.
Tough move down low.
Thetford really having to work hard for every offensive possession. They got that shot off with 2 seconds left on the clock.
GTA Prep giving it right back.
I think Virtue had his sights set on the dunk before he caught the ball.
Timeout for GTA Prep. We'll be back with the remainder of the third quarter.
Indochino to me is a million guys getting a million suits, and each one is different. I think the value is the quality is undeniable in terms of the suit that you'll get, and the fabric and style selection is second to none.
I think when someone puts on a suit, they take on almost a different personality, and they feel comfortable in their skin and who they are, and they feel good. Doesn't matter where you're going, what event you're going to, but everyone feels good in a suit.
I think a lot of what we do is kind of going against the grain, so to speak. Bespoke, made to measure, custom was traditionally only in store. We were the first to bring it online, and as we went through that journey, we really felt that in order to connect with the consumer, we needed to give them true options, really provide a service and an engaging experience that customers would enjoy and remember.
Indochino is a custom-made experience, but with off-the-rack prices. You are in control. So you come on in, you choose what sort of material you're pursuing, choose what sort of print or patterns you really want to try out overall. From there, you pick out what kind of customizations you want to bestow upon these lovely garments, measure you up, and you get to express what you want, tighter, looser, longer shoulder, so everything sits on you as you want. We do everything all in one for you.
We give a 100% made-to-measure product. So it's very sort of individual and very personalized. It's for them. It's their suit.
Seeing them in their final suit just kind of makes it worth it at the end of it, because you spent time with them, and you know whether they wear suits every day or this is their first suit.
Nikias, have you been able to check out Indochino's showroom yet?
I've got a trip planned for as soon as we get back to Toronto.
Are you going to hit the new Scarborough location?
I will not go out of my way to the Scarborough location, but
I don't mean to interrupt, but you know what's convenient is you can actually do it all online after you get your measurements done. And with promo code HOOPS, you can get yourself $30 off.
All right, I'm going to make sure I write down that code for that trip I take when I get back home.
Oh, good D. Perimeter 3 is stuffed. Scoring change there, by the way. It's now actually 52-45, as you heard Jacques Paiement on the Thetford sideline, petitioning the score table to take 2 points away from his team.
Yeah, great sportsmanship that you don't see too often, as he went out of his way multiple times to let them know they had 2 points too many.
Getting after it is GTA Prep. That was Doral Bedminster hitting the floor.
And his hands have been incredibly active all game, forcing a ton of deflections and racked up a number of steals already in this one.
As you hear the Ottawa official dropping a little en français.
I guess a lot more bilingual folk here, being so close to the Quebec border.
My grade 11 French doesn't take me too far, but EC I know means here.
I was happy that I recognized that one as well, as it's been a while since I had to use my French.
Shout out Madame Kerr. And my grade school French teacher, I only remember because of her amazing last name, Madame Cocotilo.
Sorry, what was that?
Madame Cocotilo.
Ooh.
Beat that last name for a French teacher.
That's a fun one.
We'll never forget that name. Free throw, good. Thetford extending their lead. 40 seconds to go now.
And every time GTA Prep gets it down to a one-possession game, Thetford hits a couple big buckets to put it a bit further out of reach.
Nice drop off and finish. That was Clark with 2. 20 seconds to go.
Clark starting to get into his rhythm on offense. He's got a few nice baskets here in the third quarter, setting himself up for a nice finish as they hope to complete the comeback.
Nice pick set by Kitio and a nice roll. That is very basic basketball, and Thetford extends their lead heading into the fourth. Stay with us. We'll be back with the fourth quarter of game 2 of the day. The National Preparatory Association started 4 years ago, born by the desire of basketball coaches, many of which were outside of Southern Ontario, to provide a different option than traditional high school competition for elite-level basketball talent. The goal was simple: create a platform for Canadian student athletes to give them the best opportunity to earn scholarships for post-secondary education through the game of basketball. Since then, the MPA has grown to provide the best basketball exposure available at the high school level anywhere in the world. We do this by live streaming 90% of the league's nearly 100 games on our North Pole Hoops YouTube channel, ensuring high-level competition in front of post-secondary coaches from across North America, providing game-by-game statistics on every player in the league on our industry-leading website, npacanada.com, creating individual profiles for all of the league's players on Canada's top college recruitment site, northpolehoops.com, while sharing it all through the social media reach of NPH's multiple platforms. By doing all of this at the highest level, we believe that we can keep the majority of Canada's basketball talent here on home soil, and ideally in their own city or province.
The last 2 years I played at prep schools in the US, and I'm just really happy to be back in Canada and to have this opportunity to play in the MPA. It really means everything to help push Canadian basketball forward.
I love the MPA because it's given me an opportunity to showcase my skills and talents in front of many coaches across the country.
Teams from New Brunswick don't usually get the exposure.
Cégep de Thetford up 9 here in the fourth quarter. Thetford looking for just their second win of the season. GTA Prep still looking for their first. And there is a money ball three from Vegas Evans. That was pure Thetford transition game. They got down the court in a hurry for two.
Vegas Evans had a pretty big first half in the scoring department, but he didn't get too much playing time in the third. Good to see him start the fourth off with a three from his spot at the top of the three-point arc.
Good save by Musheshe. Transition, nice dump off and basket. Thetford wants to stop the bleeding. We'll be back.
The North Pole Hoops Blueprint is a multi-layered system for Canadian basketball talent to maximize their potential from grade 5 all the way to the NBA. MPH works in partnership with the community, including the national provincial governing bodies, as well as club programs to maximize scholarship opportunities. The MPH Showcase Circuit is your opportunity to learn the blueprint while joining the MPH family. The North Pole Hoops Blueprint is a multi-layered system for Canadian basketball talent to maximize their potential from grade 5 all the way to the NBA. MPH works in partnership with the community, including the national provincial governing bodies, as well as club programs to maximize scholarship opportunities. The MPH Showcase Circuit is your opportunity to learn the blueprint while joining the MPH family. The North Pole Hoops Blueprint is a multi-layered system for Canadian basketball talent to maximize their potential from grade 5 all the way to the NBA. MPH works in partnership with the community, including the national provincial governing bodies, as well as club programs to maximize scholarship opportunities. The MPH Showcase Circuit is
Welcome back to Notre Dame High School, 710 Broadview Avenue in the suburbs of Ottawa, Ontario. If you're in the area, please come on down and catch some games. You still got 21 to go after this one, so you'll get your money's worth. And some amazing matchups. Nice take by Papadou Mesheshe. Clark. Up top, Poner reverses it to Vegas Evans. Handoff, drive, drop off, and two from Malachi Virtue.
And Virtue has made an impact since checking into the game for the first time last quarter. And you're seeing Coach David Cooper stick with them, as he's probably been happy with what he's seen so far.
You feel the intensity picking up a little bit here in the fourth quarter, don't you?
Yep, both benches very vocal.
Look at that. Poner stepping in and sniping the entry pass. Gets it into the corner. Virtue goes to the baseline. Kick out. That's the guy. You don't want to leave him open. Oh, halfway down before it pops out from Vegas Evans. Nice drop off to Clark. He gets it to go. Here comes GTA Prep, still on the hunt for their first win of the season.
And that basket, courtesy of some great play by Malachi Virtue as well. First on the drive and kick play to get the open three for Vegas Evans, and then the offensive rebound to set up Darren Clark.
Ooh, that is a way to stop the bleeding Jeremiah Efshe from downtown.
Great defense again by GTA Prep. That's a shot you have to live with, considering how they're stopping all the penetration inside.
Oh, Vegas Evans sent that one towards the hardwood. Poner not quite on the same page as a cutting Nathan Virgin. .640 to go here in the fourth quarter. 63-56. Thetford has led from start to finish thus far. They're calling that one a charge.
Great job there by Evans, realizing that he probably didn't stand much of a chance against Gouffron in the post, so sacrificed the body, and looks like he might have fouled him out there.
Yeah, Pierre-Gabriel Gouffron called for his fifth. That is when that technical foul that he took looms large.
Yeah,
that is the biggest size that Thetford has. He's now stapled to the bench for the remainder of this one. Ooh, gee. Malachi Virtue just tried to reverse that one on the baseline.
Just a casual reverse dunk over a guy a couple inches taller than him, no biggie.
And that's the type of athleticism that, you know, 15 years ago, 10 years ago in Canadian basketball at this level was just really not seen. There's like one guy in a handful of high schools in a particular region that had that.
Yeah, it used to be a sight to see someone dunk.
Yes.
Let alone something like that.
Yeah. GTA, oh, that's an over and back. Timeout for Thetford. They want to stop the bleeding. They can feel momentum. Timeout at the floor. We'll be back.
Golden Dough, it's a family restaurant. We are in Mississauga. Been here for 25 years. It's a Middle East cuisine. We make it out of love. We make it fresh. It's very healthy for an athlete to come in to have a nice meal. Sitting around back home, like when you order a big plate or like a small plate, they like to share. A lot of family come together, they sit together. So this is what kind of makes it a family restaurant. Back in the day, my grandpa used to be a baker and he used to run a restaurant. So it's pretty much in my blood. Anybody that comes in will feel like into a family business. Come to Golden Dough in Mississauga, be a part of the family. Golden Dough, it's a family restaurant. We are in Mississauga, been here for 25 years. It's a Middle East cuisine. We make it out of love. We make it fresh. It's very healthy for an athlete to come in to have a nice meal. Sitting around back home, like when you order a big plate or like a small plate, they like to share. A lot of family come together, they sit together. So this is what kind of makes it a family restaurant. Back in the day, my grandpa used to be a baker and he used to run a restaurant. So it's pretty much in my blood. Anybody that comes in will feel like...
I could go for some Golden Dough right now, I'll tell you that much. GTA Prep looking golden right now, but stepped out of bounds on the sidelines. Even though they're stuck 7, GTA Prep feeling the momentum shift to their side.
And with GTA Prep, it really starts on the defensive end, able to contain this Thetford offense, and most of the GTA Prep's offense so far has come off of forcing turnovers, so they'll definitely be looking to keep that going.
Kitio, so strong. I really like his game.
Yeah. Kitio's had a couple big finishes here, momentum busters for GTA Prep as they just start to close the gap. Big basket by him.
Darren Clark showing you why we were expecting to call his name a little bit more in this game. He's got some nice tricks in the bag.
Yeah, just his touch anywhere from 5 to 15 feet on those runners and floaters is really hard to master at this age.
Again, GTA Prep defensively getting after it, get their hands in the passing lanes consistently.
Yes, as long as they can contain the transition for Thetford. Their defense has done a great job. Most of these shots coming late in the shot clock for Thetford. With this possession, you're seeing there's 5 seconds left on the clock as they're set to inbound.
Thetford is going to keep it with 14 on the clock. Good D. Mitchell getting the extension on the perimeter. A denial. Clark will stop and go. Look at Mitchell skying in, battling. They're going to count it. And the foul. Look at Mitchell's reactions. He is excited.
That was a bit of an NBA continuation there. Don't usually see players get that benefit of the doubt in FIBA called rules, but referees felt like he was already in the motion as the defender reached in, and Mitchell rewarded for his hard work.
Oh, halfway down before it popped out. Big putback. Pompidou Musheshe.
Pompidou Musheshe, someone who had a huge Winnipeg session for Thetford, quieted down a bit in their 2 games in Montreal, but out with a bang here so far. Definitely the leading scorer for that squad. Number of timely baskets.
Called for the travel. They weren't going to bail him out with the whistle there.
Break sur la balle. Break sur la balle. Yes. Hey, hey. And go ball, Alex. Right, hey, Philo, hey. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, whoa, attends, attends. Philo, right, à droite, à droite, à droite.
Calling that one a goaltend.
Yep, and that was a costly costly mistake there by Mitchell. That shot had no chance of going in, but he really bailed the offense out there.
Okay, Clark with the floater.
And I spoke about that touch in the mid-range, and there he goes, showing it off. Just so smooth with that release.
No good. Man, Thetford's just getting a lot of luck going their way. 3:05 to go, 71-62 for Thetford. For all the positivity Clark had, left his feet before the pass there. He immediately looked at the bench and said, my bad. I did like that Mitchell came over and kind of picked him up a little bit there. Said, don't worry about it, man.
Yeah, you could see Clark understood the mistake that he made as soon as he made it. So definitely a good job by Mitchell there to console him and let him know that that kind of stuff happens.
Wow, Thetford has had the answer consistently from range. Ifshay from the land beyond.
Yeah, I'd say these two teams have played each other pretty evenly, but the difference is one side is making their shots while the other is having a hard time. And as a result, Thetford has extended its lead out to 12 with 2:28 left to go.
Change de ball.
Time running out for GTA Prep to pick up their first win of the season in this one. Good ball movement. Hard work getting that to the baseline. Lots of contact out there. Did not beat the shot clock. Hey man, I think GTA Prep can put together themselves a good little highlight reel of defensive stops in this one. I believe that would be 5 times of either a shot clock violation or a very late shot.
Yeah. I'd say if they were to look back at the tape, there's no way their coach can't be happy with the defensive effort they put forth. Definitely moving in the right direction as the season goes on.
Absolutely. Mitchell. Oh, here we go. Oh. Give him another year, and he will be spiking that on somebody.
Yeah. With that being said, I do like the job by Yves there, making sure no highlight play, no momentum here. Send him to the line. He's struggled from the line so far. Make him earn him the hard way.
À 3. Ah, bien Mathis, bien Mathis.
Another thing there Mitchell's going to have to work on. Free throws. Repeatable mechanics are going to be needed. 1:36 left. Oh, steal for GTA Prep, but they can't finish. In one of those games, jump ball is going to go the way of GTA Prep.
Hey, excuse-moi, hey, le temps est jamais parti. Le temps est jamais parti. Ref. No time came off. No time came off. No time came off. Ok, c'est pas. Oui. Monsieur l'arbitre, monsieur l'arbitre, le temps est jamais parti. Monsieur l'arbitre, le temps est jamais parti. Le temps est jamais parti.
Officials are going to figure out the clock situation here.
No time came off the clock. No. Passe, Elias. Ça. Théo, loin.
We are going the other way. Thetford up 12 with 1.5 minutes to go. That's a carry.
GTA Prep not giving up in this one. 1:30 left with their ability to light it up from distance. They think they still got a shot here.
Can't say they're wrong, Mikius.
It's just a 4-possession game. Seen crazier things happen.
As you said, they can get hot from range. And there's a foul. Stop the clock. Get to the line.
Loïc! S'il rentre le deuxième, Théo! S'il rentre, mettez-la en jeu rapidement. Sors-la rapidement, Théo.
Another player fouling out. Tell you this, the Quebec teams racking up the personal fouls in the first day here in the Ottawa session.
No, you're 22nd starter a while ago.
Yeah, and something I noticed just from what we've seen so far in Ottawa is the game called a lot tighter here than we saw in Quebec or in Montreal. So
the Montreal officials were amazing.
Yes, and they let the kids play, which I thought was good, and they were consistent in what they'd call and what they'd not call from a foul point of view. And I think the Quebec teams are just going to take some time adjusting to the tighter whistle here in Ontario.
Loïc, t'es parti, Elias. Reste au cas où que Théo peut pas l'avoir. Attends, wow. Hey, Philo, fais une rabais.
Michael John pressuring the ball. GTA Prep getting after it defensively right now. Ooh, nice take by Kitio, no good. And that's gonna go the way of GTA Prep. Mitchell, I think, banged his hand there. He's holding on to his right wrist. They're gonna need to get something here. Michael John. Virtue. Woo! Virtue just getting his way through. Foul called on Michael John.
And that's a touch there that we didn't see too much of from Virtue in Calgary. He really relied on dunks for most of his offense previously, and now he's showing that he can finish around the rim without necessarily throwing it down.
Michael John called for the foul with 33.8 to go. 9-point lead for Thetford. As you had mentioned, GTA Prep, living and dying by that three. And, when they don't get it going from range, they really struggle. Such as only being able to put up 65 points here in this one.
Yeah, but they have to be happy with the defensive effort, so still progressing and moving in the right direction. I think if you were to look at their game log from previous games, 74 points allowed would be amongst the lowest. So definitely some signs of encouragement, even though it looks like they're going to walk away without the win here.
Oh, but we are going to take some time to get there, Mikias. They got some fouls to give, but Thetford gets around it. Thetford comes out with it. And GTA Prep, another foul. Five fouls on Michael John.
Fellas, how many team fouls do we have on Mike? That's 4. Next one.
Coach Cooper wants to have an opportunity to have a teaching point here. I believe. Nope, hold on. Nope, no timeout. Nope. We are going to, I believe it was because Michael John fouled out, he was going to take his 30 seconds to draw something up, but will not be burning that timeout. Ilyas Soufiani at the line. Hits the first. Thetford feeling good, getting their second win under their belt in their debut season in the National Preparatory Association.
Yeah, and as our 3 previous seasons have showed us, expansion season is never easy in this league.
Doesn't matter
Wins
if
come
you're an
hard.
established program like Thetford or not. No good.
Viens Théo, Baptiste, Théo, revenez. Revenez, prenez quelqu'un là. On est en deux, reviens, Théo.
And that wraps it up here for day number 1. Thetford picking up their second win of the season. We'll be back tomorrow. 6 games coming your way.